Hey guys, it's Marissa, and today's video is going to be part 2 of how to flirt over text or flirtexting. First, before I start the video, let me just formally apologize for taking forever to get this video up. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but school is coming to an end, so hopefully that'll mean less wait time between videos. And the second reason why I've had some difficulties filming is actually because, ta-da! I actually just adopted a kitten for my mother for Mother's Day, so it's literally like been a full-time job taking care of him. It's like taking care of a child. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys one of the cute little reasons why this video is being delayed, so sorry again. So in this video, part 2, it's going to be responses to his text messages. So it's basically just going to be giving you clever little responses from the book Flirtexting on what to say if he texts you. Okay. And in the book, there's actually 5 different responses, so it's not just a set response that you have to say to him. There's flirty, sassy, LOL, which I guess means if you're in a funny mood, straight to the point, and then Jane. And Jane is like the nickname that they give to this fictitious, clingy kind of obsessed girl, the girl you don't want to be. So Jane, whenever you hear me say, "Oh, this is Jane's response," you know that's the one you want to avoid. So 5 responses. So the first scenario is if he texts you hey or hi and nothing else. And what it means, according to the book, is he's basically just trying to say, I'm here, kind of a reminder, like, don't forget about me. So here's how you should respond if you're feeling flirty. You should say, hey handsome, and then a winky face. Or you should say, hey yourself, winky face. If you're feeling sassy, you should say, you're gonna have to do better than that. In a sense, you're kind of calling him out on his lame text, saying, gotta try a little harder. If you're feeling funny or in an LOL mood, you should say, who is this, Uncle Leo? And apparently that's a quote from Seinfeld. I personally wouldn't say that because I don't watch Seinfeld, so I wouldn't say that. But if you know what that is, you can say it. And straight to the point is, hey you, what's happening? Question mark. And then here's Jane's response. Hey, with like 5 Y's. And you don't want to say just hey with a bunch of Y's because it's a pointless response to his pointless text. You want to kind of give him room to say something else. So before I get to the next scenario, just a little side note, some of them are like stupid responses that don't make sense to me. So I'm just, there are 5 responses in the book for each scenario, but I might just give you like 4 or 3. I'm gonna give you the Marissa approved responses because the majority of these responses I like them. They're funny, they're clever, they're witty, but some of them I don't really like, so I'm not gonna say them. The ones that I don't like. So yeah. So if I leave one out, it's intentional. So the next scenario is if he texts you and he says, what are you up to tonight? Which is basically code for, I want to ask you out, but I don't know if you have plans already, and I, don't want to ask you out if you already have plans. So if you're feeling flirty, you should say, not sure, what did you have in mind, Mr. Party Planner? So you're kind of giving him the code saying, I can hang out. If you're in a sassy mood, you should say, whatever it is, it won't include boys who text me last minute asking what I'm up to tonight. So that's kind of like a snarky, snide remark. Straight to the point, you should say, you tell me. You're kind of taking charge there and saying, what are we doing? And Jane, which is the one you don't want to do, would say, no plans, I don't have any plans. And you don't want to do that because it's social suicide. Even if your plan is like sitting on the couch, watching a chick flick, eating potato chips, like that is still a plan. Like you're always doing something because you're in demand. So the next texting scenario is if he says, hey, do you want to see a movie? And if you're feeling flirty, you should say, Only if you'll hold my hands during the really scary parts! Exclamation point. If you're feeling sassy, say, no thanks, I've seen one. You know, you're kind of saying, no, what else? What else you got? Straight to the point, sure, you pick, winky face. And then Jane, the one you don't want to do, I'm gonna keep saying that, you guys are gonna get so annoyed, would say, absolutely, what movie and when? Are you picking me up? You know, don't bombard him with too many questions, because just, you know, assume that he has a plan. So don't just be like, yes, sure. You know, when? What movie are we seeing? What time does it start? Are you gonna pick me up? What time are we gonna be home? Do you want to get froyo after? You know, don't ask him 5 million questions. So this next scenario is actually if you guys have been texting back and forth and he all of a sudden just stops replying out of nowhere. Here's what you should say if you're feeling flirty. You should say, I'm not sure I like your attitude, winky face. And if you're feeling sassy, you should say, sorry, did you not hear me? Question mark. Should I type louder? Question mark. So that's kind of like a little kooky response. If you're feeling funny, you should say, are we playing the quiet game? Because if we are, you're really good at it. If you're feeling straight to the point, just resend the last text message and act like your phone is messed up. And if you're Jane, you'll say, are you ignoring me? Question mark. And you do not want to do that at all, because, you know, nobody likes a clinger, and you know, it just feels like kind of a clingy question, like, are you ignoring me? Why? So the next texting scenario is if he says, you're so cute, I miss you so much. And if you're feeling flirty, you should say, who told you that cheesy lines are my weakness? Question mark. If you're feeling sassy, you should say, I know, aren't I adorable? Question mark. And boys like a little cockiness, but, you know, don't take it too far. just be a little cocky sometimes. If you're feeling funny, you should say, yeah, I'd miss me too if I wasn't around. If you're feeling straight to the point, you should say, that is so cheesy and I like it. And if you're feeling Jane, you should say, aw, you're so sweet, I miss you too, smiley face. And I don't know, I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. But according to the book, it's like, it's too indulging, and you need to be a little more playful with it and less sappy. So the next scenario is if you guys have gotten into a little bit of a fight and he texts you, are you still mad at me? Or is everything cool with us? And if you're feeling flirty, you should say, ask me again when you show up on my doorstep with froyo in the notebook. But you should only text him this if you're over being mad at him. If you're feeling sassy, you should write, who is this? Question mark, which is obviously an indicator that you're still mad at him. If you're feeling funny, you should say, ask me again in 5 minutes. And then just keep doing this until he gets annoyed and calls you, which is something he should have done in the first place. And straight to the point, don't respond. And Jane would say, no, I could never stay mad at you, heart. And if you say that, he's gonna keep doing whatever it is to make you angry. So don't be Jane. Don't be too forgiving. Like, you want to forgive him, but you don't want to just kind of, you know, sweep it under the rug like it's nothing. I would respond with the flirty one, that ask me again when you show up on my doorstep with froyo in the notebook. That's what I would say. But yeah, any of these will work. So the last scenario is if he says, when do I get to see you again? Question mark. And if you're feeling flirty, you should say, I don't know, you tell me. If you're feeling straight to the point, you should say, when you make reservations. And Jane, the one you don't want, would say, how's tonight? Question mark. You don't want to seem too available. I know I've said this like 500 times, but, you know, you want to reply with something clever. You don't just want to be like, tonight's good. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video is going to be part 3. And after part 3, I wanted to do a video on how to get over a guy or how to get over a breakup. And I think it's pretty important to kind of do a video on that because, you know, if you're learning all of these techniques and tips to learn how to get in a relationship, I think it's important to kind of know how to cope and what to do and how to react once, you know, if and when it doesn't work out, which it doesn't always work out, you find out. So it is going to be my video after part 3 of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.